All right, so welcome to the Crew Live. Today's going to be an awesome session. The crew is in session. We've got some topics that will really get your juices flowing. Maybe some stuff men shouldn't even really talk about. But glad to have you here. Today we've got Mark, Rich, Matt, and I'm Jim. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
I never have my cup ready.
What's in your, Speaking of technology, Mark, you got a topic you want to talk about with us, I think. You got to tell us some stuff about the Tesla.
Tesla, yeah, it's been in the news there recently because they just announced their new sort of entry level car, and it's $35,000 US.
What?
Which is a big step down. Like the first one was the Model S.
Yeah.
Which was this kind of the roadster, the luxury version, and it was close to $100,000 US. Then they came out with their SUV, and then now, in 2017, they're going to be starting to roll out this.
Did you put some money down on it already?
I didn't know. You have to put down a $1,000 deposit, and I'm the closest dealership is in Red Deer right now.
Oh.
So I don't know. Yeah, it was just interesting. It was pretty big news.
Tesla's the electric car, though, right?
Electric car, yeah.
And how do you charge it? Just in your own garage?
Yeah, you can
Like
have your
220
own in-garage charger, but they also have Tesla-branded supercharging stations around the country.
What makes Tesla better than the other electric cars that are out there?
I think it's more the trim levels on the vehicle as well as the range of it. So they're
better range of the new batteries.
Yeah, they say that their range is vastly superior to what anybody else is kind of doing, and yeah. So that's the thing is when the first Roadster came out, it was just a very high-end luxury electric vehicle, and now it's they're trying to slowly bring it to the masses kind of thing.
So is it popular? Is it catching on already? People are saying I'm going to buy in.
Oh yeah, they've already. The last time I looked, that was the day that they opened pre-orders, and they had 198,000 deposits already.
Wow.
Enough to build 6 cars.
Yeah, yeah. Well, exactly. Well, and they're
it's a lotto, right? You put in your 1,000, and they've built 6 cars, and then you might get drawn for one.
No, it's actually a queue. Like once you put your money down, like if you were number 2,000 of that, you're gonna get the 2,000th car.
Oh, right on.
So yeah, and they have a big factory that they're building in Nevada. That's
I
supposed
think it
to
almost
provide.
want the 2000s cars. They get the flaws out in the first
Yeah,
1900 cars, and they're like, okay, now we know how to make them.
Yeah.
It's going to be like e-cigarettes or those vapes where they just blow up in people's trousers all the time now.
Do they what?
All the time? I've seen them once. I've seen them once.
It's enough so that they got to fix it. They showed a few
I don't know
photos
what you're talking
of
about.
actually I've seen pictures of people with scalds from these vape cigarettes, e-cigarettes, where the battery pack in those it blows up, and another guy. There was a video of his pants.
Just overheats or something?
I guess. Yeah, he's
I don't understand the vape thing anyways. Like, what's the benefit of these vaporizing...
Less chemicals. Way less.
There's bullshit there's less chemicals. There's no way there could be less chemicals.
It's pure chemical.
Yeah,
right?
They're
Like
heating up chemicals to ingest flavored chemicals. It's ridiculous.
It's not organic.
I can't imagine that. No.
Well, so
I know nothing about it, but I say no.
So are you going to get a Tesla car and never buy fuel again? Is that the idea,
Absolutely
Mark? Like
not.
never buy fuel again?
Never.
What's so
It's
exciting about
purely
it
electric.
for
So you
society?
didn't put $1,000?
I didn't, but I
Did you think about it?
I did think about it.
Like $1,000 isn't that much.
Right, but it's
For a guy
also
like you.
well, I'm kind of more like I want to see how it plays out because
Yeah.
that's 35,000 US granted.
right,
So
right.
that's what maybe 48
Yeah,
for us.
something
something
Now,
like that.
last year,
Holy
something different. but-
Wow, you're making our dollar sound really bad.
Yeah. So, well,
is.
which it is, right?
It is.
Yeah.
But
What is-
anyways, but the thing with Tesla is that so the guy who started Tesla, Elon Musk, he was the creator of PayPal. He also then sold PayPal and went on to start SpaceX.
So he's not actually starting this. He's
He's the founder of Tesla as well.
but he's not building them. Basically, he's kind of the creative guy, thinking we should have this, and then he finds some smart guys
Right.
to actually do the building.
Probably.
Even with PayPal, same
But-
thing. I'm sure you hired some computer nerds to.
Well, he
make it
is
happen.
one. He is one he himself.
Yeah, he's a
So
he's a
if this-
legit inventor, right?
You think this
He doesn't-
$48,000 car is a lot better than a $25,000 car?
What do you mean?
Do you think that the $23,000 extra you're paying for an electric car, do you think it's that much better than your average $25,000 gas-fueled car off the lot?
Well, I think you're trying to promote the future where we're trying to move away from
Yeah,
coal and oil products and move on to the next
I don't
generation
care about the
of
future.
movement.
I just care about saving money.
There you go.
Check that out. 35 grand US is 45,629 Canadian. Get your wallets out, Canadians, because that shit's real. It's a lot
So
of money.
I guess to that point, that was sort of what I wanted to see what you guys thought about. That was sort of where's that line where people can move beyond driving a gas powered vehicle and actually embrace
That
driving
was
an
in the
electric
late
car.
70s and early 80s when they came up with these electric cars.
Yeah.
And the big car companies shut them down, basically. They said, no, no, we're going to keep going with our oil products instead. And they shut down some really positive units.
And you
Well,
get
and
some-
that was how many?
That was a lot
35
of years
years ago,
ago.
right?
So
So
now-
I think now with the stuff that we know, that wouldn't happen.
And the new
It don't,
electric cars coming
'cause we-
out. And
We know too much.
Yeah.
what do you mean know too much? That the government can't shut it down,
That's
the big
right.
companies?
I think so.
Did you see the movie Concussion yet? I just saw it
Yes.
last night.
Oh, yes.
NFL was shutting down doctors. So, like, come
Oh,
on.
I suppose they can
Same
shut
thing.
down anything. They'll never shut down the crew live though.
Yeah.
So to your
Corporations.
point about the 23 grand versus the 45 grand, like you can get a nice brand new car for 24 grand.
But you can still get a great new car for $25,000 or less. Here are some of Consumer Reports' favorites. Just need the basics? Then go for a Honda Fit. There's more room inside the hatchback than you'd expect, with a spacious rear seat and plenty of cargo room. Need more room?
Make is that are they charging so much extra for an electric car because they're saying we're going to save you all this money on fuel? And for me, everything again comes down to math. It's like, oh, I spend $25 a week on gas with my car, so $1,200 a year. So over 10 years, $12,000. That's probably the life of a car these days.
Yeah.
So paying the extra $23,000 is going to save me $12,000. I'm just not going to
Yeah.
buy one.
It'd probably be a
That's what it
combination,
comes down
though.
to for me. I don't care about
Combination of the future, which you ignore,
right.
right? Doing something positive for the future, and mixed with saving a couple bucks in the meantime.
Are you slamming, Rich?
I wasn't saving any bucks.
I'm just explaining.
I'm losing bucks.
Not if you use an electric car.
No, you're
Because-
losing money
how are
buying
you
electric
losing money?
cars. I just explained why.
Because
Because-
doesn't make sense.
Because the
Of
amount
course
they
it makes
say
sense.
you
A $25,000 gas car
Yeah.
plus spending $12,000 on gas is $37,000 over a decade. Or
Did
you buy
actually
a
figure these numbers out, or you
45.
just randomly pick $12,000?
I just
if you
Arbitrarily pick numbers out of the air.
if you spend
Can we get a new guest?
Yeah.
This guy's not listening.
We gotta-
I just said $25 a week,
Now you're-
$100 a month, $1,200 a year. Over 10 years is $12,000.
Yeah.
So that's how much I spent on gas in 10 years.
What's it costing you for electricity during that time period?
Oh yeah, so you're just
Oh, yeah, you're spending on
adding to my
electricity
point.
as well.
So
I'm not
using
adding to your
more money.
point. I'm saying how much does it cost? You're not filling up with fuel for your new car.
Right.
Is it? And then I don't even know this. Is it
So-
cheaper? It must be cheaper for
Let's
electricity.
say
I
it's
would
only
assume.
a couple $100 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But it
That's
goes
just pretty
back
awesome.
to
I know, but I paid $23,000 more
Extra
for
off
the
the
vehicle.
stock.
So I've lost 10
but your
grand.
piece of shit car you bought is going to depreciate really fast. With this super cool Tesla, it's going to
Well, if
maintain
it-
its price.
hang on a second.
If electric cars
Have
go like they go,
yeah.
it's probably going to be like computers. There's going to be, in a generation
That's
from
not
now,
a
there's going to be a new electric car coming out every 18 months, and it's going to be half the price of the one before it.
Yeah,
well,
once
that's
so-
exactly it. That's what it's. I mean, it's already come down in price so much.
So I'm not going to
and
buy
that's-
one at 35.
But that's already been the big detractor
Yeah.
for those vehicles, whether it's a hybrid or electric or whatever.
But that's-
is the cost versus reward, right?
That's
Like,
everything though. Prototype, you always got to buy a second gen of anything because the first one, prototype, wow, this is a super cool new idea, but there's always flaws with it. You need to let that first generation figure out the bugs. Second generation, you come in and go, okay, now I'm going to buy it.
Well, and if we're really smart, and we're going to wrap this topic, but if we're really smart, like I bought one brand new car in my life and I regretted it. It depreciates so quick. You spend so much money on it. I will always buy used vehicles now because there's a billion. That's how I help the environment. I buy used
Actually, I
vehicles.
agree with you on
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have to buy electric, but when an electric car gets down to the Jim Brayshaw Jr. price range, and I can get one for $3,600.
You may not
So
be
when you
driving. You may
start-
not be driving by
When
then.
people start selling used
When they-
electric cars,
yeah, when they start
then you'll
sell-
buy one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I would
because
try.
they're going to depreciate too. I mean, like just like a regular car. It's not like a. The point I was going to car today for 25, and it's going to be worth 25 in 10 years.
No.
Yeah.
That's
So-
something super cool, like a Mustang, 67 Mustang. It's
You
going to
only
be worth
live
more.
once, though.
Yeah, well, that's also a good point.
So don't waste your money on electric cars. Go on a trip instead.
Unless they make electric cars look like a
I
68
can't
Mustang.
argue with that.
Then that's
Okay,
different.
so
Well,
speaking
they
of
are
electric,
super cool though. You have to look at a picture. They
are
are
they?
super cool.
Well, I'll throw a picture up for our viewers to look at because
Tesla Model 3.
Model 3, gotcha. Oh, Matt's got a picture here.
I'm
Okay,
glad our
hold-
3-minute topic only took 18 minutes.
No, actually, at times it took 8 minutes 53 seconds.
there you go.
So we got 2.5 minutes to talk about this
I
now.
don't
which
think
is
they
really-
did.
They did. Okay, sorry for talking over you. They didn't, you said.
It's true.
Okay.
All right.
So the refugees in North America, in Canada, first of all, I believe it's Turkey, I just saw on CNN yesterday, is starting to deport refugees already. That just came in. Back to Syria you go, to your war-torn country. How would you feel about that?
About Turkey doing it, or what if we started deporting people back
Actually,
to their
both.
country? Because Turkey we have no control over, that's their government. We can't say boo about that. If our government did that, I would find it horribly offensive. These people came here for... And again, my point with refugees is these people are avoiding things they have no control over. It's like they're going to
Right.
die, they're being destroyed, their cities, their countries are destroyed. It would be the same thing if there was a great flood here and the prairies are completely flooded out. This is all water. We would have to be refugees moving to higher ground. And people are going to say, whoa, 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 you guys are overtaxing our system, you're overtaxing our things. I'm like, we have no place to live, we'll die otherwise.
Right.
You got to let us come here. And these people are doing the same thing. They're not flooded out, but they're being killed with war and destruction that they have no business with. They just want to have kids and life. And I don't get the point of when we, as a country, start telling these refugees, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
we're letting too many refugees in. Terrorists might come in, bad people might come in. You know what? There's bad people in our city. There's bad people in every place. I find it grotesque that we're shutting people down because
So,
they look
okay, what's
different
your-
and they
oh.
have different beliefs, man.
And I got to say how kind of narrow my view was originally. When I heard we were going to have all these Syrian refugees join us in Canada, I actually didn't even expect them to have as light of skin color as they do. I thought they're going to get marginalized and racist behaviors towards them because they would look so differently. But the Syrian refugees don't look different than the dominant culture here in our province.
I think you all need to make note on your calendars today. This is something you'll never see before. Jim Brayshaw Jr. being ignorant on a subject. Never happens. First time ever.
First time.
The third.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the third. That's April
I was
Fool's.
going to say that 2 days ago.
Yeah, oh, sorry, Mark. Yeah, so do you think Turkey should be sending them back? I know you, Matt, says we can't control Turkey. And what if we decided in Canada to start sending them, whatever, 35 or 40,000 back?
Well, the interesting
Not going to
thing
go over well.
that we have sort of saving us from that decision is a huge ocean in the middle.
Right.
So that protects us from a lot of that tough decision making, but
People
it's
just
an
walk it in, yeah.
extremely difficult situation that they have going on there right now. Like the amount of people that Germany's let in, and the chancellor there is under pretty big pressure to be basically shutting their border because she's allowing her and her party are allowing so many people in, right? So you can't really discount the sheer amount of hardship that not only that country is going to experience, but the people moving there are going to.
Right.
Now, that's not me saying they shouldn't be let in, because I think from a truly humanitarian perspective, when they say this is the biggest refugee crisis since World War II, well, that's pretty significant when you think about the amount of people that would have been leaving Germany, in the 30s and 40s.
Yeah, and they
Well,
were hoofing it too to
Yep, they were
neighboring
coming
countries,
here.
right?
Yeah.
And there's just in today's world, not like back then, just with all the social media and how huge it is, everybody knew it was happening. Like everybody has a phone, a TV, a computer, everybody knew it was happening. And it was pushed so hard on the entire planet, especially North America, to take these refugees and shelter them. I think a lot of countries acted almost in haste. Like they felt pressure, they needed to do it. We need to help these people now, not thinking even 6 months or a year down the road what the long-term impact and consequences could be.
It's
And
gonna
now some of them are.
It's going to be tough on a system, though. Like if we bring too many people into our system and throw our welfare system at it, it's going to deplete our money.
Yeah.
And our same thing, we're trying to take care of our people that are already in trouble. We're adding more people that need assistance. I totally understand that. But I mean, that's kind of the point of society as a whole. Is we're supposed to be helping each other out. I mean,
I'm not saying
I
it
go
was
back
wrong.
to Africa with the Sahara Desert swarming. It's constantly growing and moving and covering ground up,
Yeah.
and people have to migrate. They can't live when they live in a desert. They have to move someplace else, no matter what. Us as a
Right.
people are in constant migration. We feel like we've been here, but Saskatoon's been here, what, a couple hundred years?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's nothing. And we as a people and a society need to understand there's going to be constant migration throughout history, whether it's from natural occurrences. Like I said, if this turned into a big floodplain, we would move, right? We're not going to live here in Waterworld like Kevin Costner. It doesn't work. That wasn't a good movie.
$300 million
But
loss.
yeah, loss. That was a bad loss.
That's probably what we'll get as a country.
But I just think
That's the number they're looking at.
No,
Oh,
I'm just comparing
That-
to Kevin
that
Costner's
Kevin Costner's
Oh,
loss
that's
in
what it was?
Waterworld.
it's a brutal movie.
Well, that just goes back to like even when you think about Justin Trudeau when he's running for office saying, "Oh, we're going to bring in 10,000." Like it's as easily as it rolled
Sure.
off his tongue was as easily as it was going to happen. Well, then
Right.
when they actually get into office and they got to show how they're going to do that, it's like, well,
That's what I'm
hold
saying.
on now,
Everything
we're
is
going to have
hateful.
to
There's-
do it carefully.
There's
and
such a
slowly.
cry from the world and social media that everybody is reacting.
But you need a fast
But the
reaction
doctor-
because when you're waiting, people are dying.
No, I
You
get it.
put a
I-
value
hey.
on life every time.
I totally agree with helping
Yeah, man.
refugees.
And it's just,
I'm
Yeah.
just saying nobody took the time to figure any long-term effects.
So just and that whole topic is such a whirlwind because what do? Do you stop all your other kind of programs and processes and deliberations on other issues so that you can say, okay, everybody here in our government, we're going to meet and we're going to solve the best way to get these people here and keep them here in a safe and
no, you can't do that
I
because
know
you
you
need to
can't.
keep the wheels running of the day-to-day stuff
Exactly.
in the meantime.
yeah, which I guess and in this kind of a situation where we're dealing with refugees as a nation of prosperity, that we know we're going to take in this yoke or this, let's call it a new burden on our social programs, potentially, and we're going to deal with the fallout after. And
Probably
now,
a temporary burden, but
Well, sure.
then, I mean, hopefully these people come with strong work ethic. They grow, they might bring new ideas, new business.
oh, and
That's
they do,
awesome.
and I don't know if we mentioned it on another show, but I was at a conference, and two gentlemen were here from Somalia, had been here 7 months. They were refugees, and Somalia also has had its taste of war over the years.
Big time.
One of them had moderate English at best, and his brother had none. But this gentleman, the brother, had been burned as a factory worker. Soldiers came in and they threw acid on his face, among many others. He lost vision because of it, and now he ends up in Canada. And beautiful man, and now how do we help that guy move through not only finding gainful employment and meaning, success in Canada, but dealing with this trauma as well.
And the day-to-day trauma of looking like an odd freak. Like, people are going to have trouble accepting that. Like, you know that. You can't go to a coffee shop and you see a massively burned person and you don't go, you have to double look.
True.
And these people are stuck with that forever because of no reason. Some guy threw an acid on
Yeah.
them basically for no reason.
Yeah, he did not deserve
No.
it.
No.
Okay. So to speak about odd freaks, another odd freak, an orange-faced, orange-haired individual.
Donald Trump.
Yeah,
Ah,
that
yeah.
that
Oh, I thought you were talking about Carrot Top.
that we have no choice but to look at if he comes on the news is
Yeah.
Trump. Who got his latest words of scathing misogyny towards women? What was his story there?
Do you want to talk about the abortion?
I didn't hear anything. I heard there's a huge backlash. I didn't hear the actual comments.
Yeah, it was kind of edited out a few times, but he was at a town hall with Chris Matthews from, I think it was MSNBC or something like that, and Matthews was kind of pressuring him to kind of clarify his stance on abortion, and it kind of just essentially came out that there should be some sort of punishment for a woman who opts to get an abortion.
Did he say
And
what
then-
the punishment?
should be punished.
Donald Trump answering a hypothetical question during a town hall style forum on MSNBC. What to do if abortion becomes illegal in the United States?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman.
Yeah, there has to be some form.
It should be.
No, of course not. He doesn't have any actual answers, but it's, so he comes out saying this, and then there's a huge backlash, and then of course he does the token backpedal and says, "Oh, I didn't mean that." Obviously, the person who would, have to get an abortion is already a victim, and he's saying we would penalize the doctors and the abortion clinic or whatever.
He
So-
backtracked. He
He
said something really
backtracked and turned
stupid.
it almost
Yeah.
into the coat hanger back alley doctors he wants to punish, as
Exactly.
opposed to the real doctors
But who on this coach hasn't said something completely idiotic and instantly wanted to backtrack?
Instantly backtrack
Yeah.
per se,
I've
but to
honestly never
ever,
done that.
You've not?
but to ever
I was
want to
gonna cheer for
villainize
you,
someone who has an
Mark.
abortion
No.
makes no sense
No,
whatsoever.
absolutely not.
Like that makes no sense.
But on the other
whatsoever.
side of the coin, who else on this coach is also running to be president of the most powerful country on the planet?
Yeah. Yeah, so you'd be
No,
much more
you-
careful with what
Yes,
you say.
much more
Yeah.
careful. Exactly.
Well, that's just it, and like it still floors me that is still an issue for people.
Yeah.
It
you
still
know,
floors
like,
me
it
that
seems
he's still
like-
there.
Yeah,
That he's an option.
yeah.
So I've
Well,
heard
the clown car that they had going on in that party was
That's
it created a vacuum
I like
that
the clown car idea.
completely
That's awesome.
completely opened a space for him. So
right, and in fact, I've heard it put forth now the potential that this guy is simply scripting his own reality show, and he so entertains himself that at the end of this all, the time for the Repub nomination is going to meet up, and he's going to say, you know what, we wrote that and that and that along the way, and I had a bet with my buddy for $1 American that I could win the Republican nomination and say all this shit.
he's
Yeah.
he's the
And
new
then-
Joaquin Phoenix.
And then,
Right.
I agree with Jim on this.
And then
It's
back
got
out.
to be that. There's no way. He's not a stupid guy. He's not a stupid guy, but he seems to be having fun with this. Like he's having fun being an ass, and there's no way he wants to be president.
he's
I
not a
can't
stupid guy,
believe
but
it.
he's clearly a
Yeah.
power monger. And look,
I don't
he's
know. He's already got power. He's got money. He's got power. He's got what he wants.
He does.
yeah, he does.
It's-
Yeah.
And now he's trying to get the most
There's no
powerful
way he wants
position
to
on
be
the
that.
planet.
It's terrible,
But
isn't it?
That's
Jim.
essentially the
Maybe
problem.
we blew a break. I don't know. Yeah. We might have blown a breaker on set. Please don't be disturbed. It's not the apocalypse. We're going to get that fixed up as
What
soon
if it's
as
the
we have a producer
apocalypse? You heard what happened to Jupiter?
We'd like to start a GoFundMe page for a new breaker.
Yeah.
So if you
Well, the
could,
conversation here is getting so heated. We'll be fine.
Jupiter just got hit with asteroids.
Are you serious?
And then they're talking in the news. These scientists are saying that's good that Jupiter is getting this because Jupiter blocks us from getting hit by asteroids, which seemed kind of nonsensical to me, because the odds of an asteroid coming down and hitting this Jupiter when we're like the alignment.
You have to be perfect.
That's what they said. Jupiter's often worked as our protector to protect us from asteroids.
But now,
That seemed kind of desperate. It's almost like we're okay. This happened to Jupiter, but it'll never happen to us because Jupiter takes it for us.
thanks, Jupiter. Hey,
Thanks, Jupiter.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jupiter.
we owe the debt of gratitude to Jupiter for protecting us from an
Jupiter, the god
onslaught.
of.
Jupiter is the god of.
If you worship that.
better Jupiter takes it
I
than
don't-
Uranus.
This is where we trade seats, James. This is where we trade seats.
Cheers to Rich. That was the best one.
Well, hey, when the asteroids come, we won't be talking about Trump anymore.
True, that's very true. We'll have a different topic. Okay, you're going to find out what Jupiter as the god is. Matt found what the god of Jupiter
Actually, that's pretty appropriate for what he's doing then, because he is the god of the light in the sky and protector of the state and its laws. So
Oh, well, cheers to
Jupiter's
Jupiter. Get him up.
Yeah.
Cheers to Jupiter.
Thanks,
Bend
Jupiter.
over again.
Jupiter's protecting us.
I don't have to do my crunch.
Thanks, Jupiter.
Your abs are all good. Cheers.